Your person made the choice to block your number and ignore your calls, driven by a mix of ego and immaturity. At the time, they failed to see the gravity of their actions and the hurt it caused. Now, with time and reflection, they have come to understand the depth of your pain and the silent endurance you showed while waiting for them to unblock you or return your calls. It was a long and agonizing period for you, but you eventually made a pivotal decision to reclaim your peace of mind. You realized that there was only so much you could take, and you established a clear boundary to protect yourself from further emotional turmoil. Setting boundaries was not an easy step, but it was a necessary one. You came to understand that peace of mind is invaluable and must not be compromised by the whims and behaviors of others. Life had taught you that holding on to situations, people, or circumstances that disrupt your inner peace is not worth the cost. Through this realization, you began a transformative journey toward prioritizing yourself and your needs. No longer willing to sacrifice your well-being for the sake of anyone else, you took control of your life, setting a course that was both empowering and healing. This newfound clarity has brought about a remarkable change in you. With each step, you have regained the confidence and grace that were once overshadowed by hurt and disappointment. Your ability to move forward with dignity, despite everything, has not gone unnoticed. Your person, who once acted out of ego and failed to commit, is now astonished by the way you've carried yourself. They see the strength you have built and the unwavering resolve that now defines you. It is this transformation that has sparked a realization in them, forcing them to confront their own shortcomings and re-examine their priorities. As they reflect on the separation and the choices that led to it, your person finds themselves yearning for a chance to bridge the gap that has grown between you. They are eager to hear your voice, to meet you face to face, and to resolve the misunderstandings that have kept you apart. Their feelings have not waned. In fact, the time apart has made them more aware of the love they have always felt for you. They now recognize that while love was present, their lack of commitment was the real issue. It is this realization that weighs heavily on them as they come to terms with how their behavior affected you and your relationship. The separation has been a wake-up call for your person, a period of introspection that has forced them to evaluate what truly matters. They now understand that this connection, which they once took for granted, is not only important but also essential to their happiness and sense of fulfillment. They see now that the bond you share is irreplaceable, and they regret the actions that caused so much pain. The weight of this understanding is pushing them to take accountability for their behavior and to find a way to make amends. Meanwhile, you continue to move forward, focused on your growth and well-being. The boundaries you set have not only protected you but also empowered you to see your worth more clearly. You have learned to value yourself in ways you may not have before, putting your needs and aspirations at the forefront. This self-prioritization is not selfish, it is necessary and healing, and it has allowed you to rebuild your life on your terms. Your journey has been one of resilience and rediscovery. Despite the pain caused by the separation, you have emerged stronger, more self-assured, and more in tune with what you deserve in a relationship. Whether or not your person finds the courage to express their feelings and address their past mistakes, you are no longer defined by their actions. You have found peace within yourself, and that peace is now the foundation upon which you are building your future. However, your person's longing to reconnect cannot be overlooked. They are deeply regretful and eager to communicate, to tell you that the love has always been there, even if their actions failed to reflect it. They want to assure you that they have grown and that their priorities have shifted in ways that align with the importance of your connection. Whether you choose to open the door to reconciliation or continue on your own path, their realization is a testament to the impact you have had on their life. Ultimately, this journey has been transformative for both of you in different ways. For your person, it has been a hard lesson in valuing what truly matters and understanding the consequences of their actions. For you, it has been a journey of self-love, growth, and empowerment. While the future remains uncertain, one thing is clear: you have emerged from this experience stronger, wiser, and more capable of choosing the life and relationships that align with your true self. I don't know who you're with or what you're doing right now, but it's consuming my thoughts and making it hard for me to focus. It's genuinely bothering me, and I wish you would come back. Please, come back online. I miss you more than I can even put into words. I know you're staying away intentionally, perhaps because you need space or time to process things. I've come to accept that and respect you enough to give you all the space you need, even though it's incredibly difficult for me. Still, I want you to know that the moment you signal you're ready to reconnect, ready to move forward with me, I will be there. I won't hesitate, and I won't let my doubts hold me back. You are the person I want to be with, and I am willing to wait for you. I've fallen in love with you, and this time, it feels so real, so profound, that it's impossible to ignore. This love is different from anything I've ever felt before. It's not about fleeting infatuation or the kind of love that fades when things get hard. It's deeper, more meaningful. Loving you has made me want to become a better person, not just for myself but for you too. I've been reflecting a lot on my past behaviors, the things that were obsessive, the moments where I let toxic patterns take over, and I've decided to leave all of that behind. You deserve so much more than someone who is stuck in their own issues, and I want to be someone who stands beside you, not someone who holds you back. You are my only and true love. I don't think I've ever felt this way about anyone else, and that's why this is so important to me. It's not just about wanting to be with you, it's about the way you've changed my entire perspective on life and love. I feel your presence in so many ways, even when we're apart. It's like you're a part of me, embedded so deeply in my soul that I can't separate myself from the way I feel about you. This connection goes beyond the physical or the emotional, it's something spiritual, something I can't fully explain but can't deny either. I've been trying to make sense of these feelings, and I've turned to everything I could find about twin flames and soul connections. I've listened to readings, read articles, and even Googled things late into the night. The more I learn, the more I understand how unique and profound our bond truly is. It's not just a coincidence that we've found each other, it feels like it was meant to happen, like the universe conspired to bring us together for a purpose that goes beyond what we can see. There's so much I know about you, even though I've pretended not to. I know I've acted like I was clueless or indifferent, but that couldn't be further from the truth. That pretense was just a defense mechanism, a way to protect myself from feeling vulnerable. The reality is, I've always been aware of you in ways I can't explain. I've felt your energy, your emotions, your thoughts, even when we weren't speaking. I've always known that we share a strong connection, one that goes beyond words or logic. It's like we're connected on a level that most people don't get to experience, and that makes what we have incredibly special. This journey with you has been anything but easy, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's taught me so much about love, patience, and what it means to truly care for someone. I'm learning to let go of control, to trust the process, and to believe that what's meant for us will come in its own time. I know I can't force anything, I can only wait for you to decide what you want and hope that it leads us back to each other. Until that day comes, I'll continue to work on myself. I'll keep trying to grow into someone worthy of the kind of love we share. You are my anchor, my light, and the one person who has shown me what it means to feel truly alive. No matter where you are or what you're doing, I hope you can feel the depth of my love for you. It's not something that fades with time or distance. It's constant, unwavering, and entirely yours. When you're ready, I'll be here, waiting with an open heart and open arms. I believe in us and in the connection we share. You are my one and only, my true love, and I'll never stop feeling that way. It's difficult to keep myself away from you, but at this point, I feel like I don't have a choice. My life feels tangled and uncertain right now, and until I can make things clear, I can't allow myself to give you false hope. The last thing I want is to hurt you further. You've already endured so much because of my indecision, my back and forth behavior, and my silent treatment. I see the toll it has taken on you, and it's something I carry with me every day. I don't want to add to the pain you've already experienced. You deserve better than the confusion I've put you through. Each time we separate and spend time apart, it's like you transform into someone I barely recognize. You grow in ways that feel so foreign to me, and honestly, it's intimidating. I find myself wondering if I'm the one holding you back. Sometimes, I look at you and feel like I'm losing sight of who you are. You seem to be thriving, becoming stronger, more confident, and more self-assured with every passing day. Meanwhile, I feel stuck in a loop, questioning myself and my place in your life. It's a humbling realization, and it's one that's hard to admit. Being around you has always been different from being around anyone else. With others, I've always felt like I had the upper hand. I knew how to navigate conversations and relationships, maintaining a sense of control and confidence. But with you, everything shifts. You have this way of seeing right through me, of noticing things about me that I've spent years trying to hide from the world. It's both unsettling and awe-inspiring. You understand parts of me that no one else has ever even noticed, and that level of vulnerability makes me nervous. What scares me the most is how you challenge me. You don't just accept me as I am, you push me to confront parts of myself I've been avoiding for years. You keep pointing out my toxic and controlling ways of thinking, and while I know you're right, it's not easy to face. It's like you've held up a mirror, forcing me to see myself for who I really am, and at times, I don't even recognize the person staring back at me. I've always thought I knew myself, but being with you has made me question so much. Sometimes, when you bring up these uncomfortable truths, I shut down. I go silent because I don't know how to respond. It's not that I don't hear you or that I don't care, it's that I feel overwhelmed. It's like being hit with wave after wave of realizations about who I've been and how I've acted. It's exhausting and terrifying, and it makes me retreat into myself. I wish I could be stronger in those moments, but the truth is, I'm scared of what it means to truly change. Despite all of this, my feelings for you haven't wavered. If anything, they've grown deeper. But I've come to realize that love alone isn't always enough. I need to be in a better place mentally and emotionally if I'm going to be the partner you deserve. Right now, I'm not sure I can be that person. I need to take the time to work on myself, to untangle the mess in my head and figure out who I am outside of this relationship. It's not fair to you for me to keep dragging you into my chaos. I'm not saying
goodbye
forever, and I'm not saying that this is the end. But I am saying that I need space and time to grow. I need to confront the parts of myself that I've been too afraid to face. I need to learn how to stand on my own 2 feet, to build a foundation for myself that isn't dependent on someone else. Only then will I be able to come back to you as the person you deserve, not the person I've been. This isn't easy for me. In fact, it's one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make. But I'm doing it because I care about you too much to keep hurting you. I want you to be happy, and if that means letting you go for now, then that's what I have to do. I hope you understand, and I hope you know that this decision comes from a place of love and respect for you. You mean so much to me, and that's why I'm choosing to step back, so that someday, if the time is right, we can find our way back to each other in a healthier, more balanced way.